Well, good morning and welcome to the Morning Sip. How early is too early to be on a Ferris wheel? I think we're going to find out the answer to that. Maybe we can find somebody who can crank it up for us this morning. But we're here in Brandon talking about Brandon Jubilee Days. They've got a lot of activities going on. So if you are looking for something to do this weekend, you might want to make the trip to Brandon. If you live here already, you might want to just walk on over. They've got wheelchair tennis, pickleball tournaments, a lot of activities. And we're going to talk to the mayor and a few other folks about what's going on and even do a little feature on pickleball and where you can get involved. So you do want to stay involved with us this morning. Stay tuned. We've got a lot of show coming up, and we're going to tell you about the Book of Mormon that's here, so Broadway and Jackson as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to move out the way, and I'm going to send it back to you guys. I want to know what your favorite part is about a carnival.
I love the rides. What about you, Gracie? What do you like?
You know, I'm a daredevil. I love the rides, but I can't go without saying I love the funnel cake.
Talking about Brandon Jubilee Days, but I need somebody to send me some information on how to win this game, because as long as I've lived, I've never won. We're back in a few minutes with more information. So with this event, how much work has gone into making this happen right now?
Oh, tremendous. Several weeks. Actually, the planning for this began last year. So it's kind of a combination of many things. This is one of those stories of Brandon everything, if you will. So everything Brandon is going on this weekend in Brandon. Nice. So, yeah.
So you've got Leonard Skinner coming as well, some tennis tournaments, a lot of different things.
USTA approved, sanctioned wheelchair tennis tournament. We've got 105 teams playing girls softball, rec ball in a tournament out at Shiloh Park. And I think perfect game is a tournament across the street here on baseball. We've got a 5K run tomorrow morning. We've got a rodeo around the corner here in the Rankin Pavilion. That is Little Britches Rodeo. So, and you're right, finishing up with Leonard Skinner not finishing up, because this place will be open Sunday afternoon from 1 to 9. Mm-hmm. So for those parents and grandparents that can't bring their kids out this weekend, it'll be here Sunday afternoon after church. But right, finishing up with Leonard Skinner on Saturday night and fireworks display after that.
I mean, that's a lot of things going on. So I want to know what your favorite part about it is.
Well, it's hard to say whether it's pickleball, because that's a new and upcoming sport. We got a pickleball tournament going on in Shiloh. The favorite part for me is when I walk around here and I see parents and grandparents with strollers and spending time with children in a nice, clean, safe environment. That's kind of what it's all about. So that's the purpose here of Brandon is the place to be. Something for everybody.
It really is something for everybody. You got things across the street. So basically, folks just need to come to the Brandon Amphitheater or go to Shiloh Park for the most part.
Shiloh Park, there are multiple games going on out there. We've added almost double the amount of parking here in Quarry Park, and we will be providing shuttles to get here for those that might not want to walk 300 yards, 200 yards, something like that. So we can get you to the front gate. But it's just a pleasant afternoon with a craft fair across the street. You can pick up things that you might, little whatnots for Christmas and that kind of thing, grab some food and have a good time.
Now, you know I love, competition, and there is something here that I want to, compete against you in,
okay.
But what about pickleball for you? Have you played yet?
I have not played yet, but we're expanding pickleball and have some other plans for some more. So, do you play pickleball?
I don't, but I found a place where you can learn how to play pickleball. I'm going to tell you more about that when the Morning Sip returns. You've probably seen pickleball popping up everywhere, and it's a game that's growing in popularity day by day all around the metro area, including churches.
I played tennis for many years, but now that I'm retired, I heard about pickleball. I had never even heard of pickleball until recently. Everybody was doing it, so I said, let's do it. So I got some friends together, and we started coming up here to First Baptist and also Galloway Methodist.
Players say there are a few differences that make the game unique.
It's a paddle instead of a racket. The balls are different. They're like wiffle balls. They're plastic, and it bounces completely different. It just takes a little bit of getting used to it when you're a tennis player. But if you play tennis, you can easily catch on to pickleball.
Pickleball has also been a safer option to play for people who've had surgeries or just enjoy a good competitive sport.
I like to play the net in tennis, and this is like being at the net all the time.
Yes, you can be aggressive. Same here, hip replacement, but I can play this. It's fun.
I got a hip replacement.
Just right, we're the double hippie sisters.
No matter what your age is, players encourage you to get active any way you can.
Jogging, walking, but take up pickleball. You do a lot of exercise in pickleball, you'll feel good.
Beginner classes are every Wednesday at First Baptist Jackson, and you can watch or play in the competition in Brandon today from 6 to 10 p.m. at Shiloh Park. So can you give us a rundown of the events this weekend one more time?
A rundown of the events. Well, we've got the Midway going on here till 10 o'clock every night. Sunday afternoon, 1 to 9. We've got a craft fair across the street. We got a rodeo, Mid-South, Little Britches around the rodeo over here, around the corner. Got an amphitheater show. Leonard Skinner's going to be here Saturday night. It's going to be a big act. Got 105 teams, girls softball and baseball going on in Brandon. Got pickleball tournament and a USTA wheelchair tennis tournament going on at City Park.
So I know the people were probably hoping that we would do the ropes, but it's a bit too early.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, and I know you knew you would lose, see, so you don't want to lose on screen live.
Right.
I understand that.
Right, sure. So what are you just most excited for, just to see Brandon and how it's growing?
This is for families and a sense of community, so everything Brandon is going on right now, and it's a wonderful thing to see grandparents with grandchildren out here, parents with young children in strollers, and a clean, safe environment, and that's what it's all about. That's what Brandon is about, community.
You know, I have to ask, what else can we look forward to this year?
Now, you gonna ask me that on live?
What you can give us?
There's a concert series coming up. I think there was one announced that you would probably really like. You know, Willie's coming to town. Willie Nelson,
Yeah.
come October 13th, I believe, and there'll be some more shows announced. So there's a lot more going on in Brandon. We just take it kind of 1 or 2 months at a time.
All right, so you can find more information about what's happening with Brandon Jubilee Days at WJTV.com, and we'll have more of the Morning Sip coming up after this. But there's also something happening in Jackson, and we're going to tell you all about it. It's the Book of Mormon. If you've never seen Broadway, this is your chance to see it. We'll be back in a few. The Book of Mormon, right? The first time you ever heard the title, what did you think it was about?
To be honest, I thought it would be about, I would learn a lot about the Mormon religion and be taken on that type of journey. And I thought it was going to be more religious, more faith-based, which, to be honest, it is.
But now when people come, if they've never seen this before, they've heard the title, you know, what can they expect from the show?
So the Book of Mormon, to me, I think it encompasses like what we can all do together as a community to help make this world a better place. It might sound cliche, but that is the message of our story. There's a lot that goes on in the story, but the overall message is how we all can come together as a community to make this world a better place.
I mean, is this going to be something that we cry over? Or are we going to be laughing? Set the scene for me right now.
The Book of Mormon is a comedy. It is a satire. You're going to be laughing a lot. The Book of Mormon is about 2 Mormons who travel to Uganda to convert the citizens into Mormonism, but it gets a little bit harder than expected. And it's a big challenge for them, and they overcome it.
So now, of course, I have to ask you what the biggest challenge is in traveling with this show.
I love traveling. this is my second tour. I've been on the road for like 2 years now, and traveling is great. I used to be a Navy brat, so I love to go from place to place and not spend a lot of time in places. If I was to think of one thing that might be hard on tour, that would be finding vegetables.
What are you most looking forward to coming to Mississippi?
I've never been to Jackson, Mississippi, and I know it's a big city for people like me, and I can't wait to get there and experience the different culture and different things that they have there. I've never been before. I'm from Miami, Florida, and my mom lives in Georgia, but I've never been that way, so I'm excited.
We got Brussels sprouts with bacon. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Well, thank you for watching The Morning Sip. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, let us know. If you didn't, let us know. Now, Josh, take us on up out of here. Janet, I'm on the way, girl.